We're now joined by Rachel Nichols. As always, you can check out Rachel's full interview with KD on the ESPN YouTube page. And of course, you can see her on the sidelines tonight for Lakers Nets at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. And Rach, great interview. He talked about a lot. He opened up about how the last 2 years have, given him some time to reflect. What did you take away from his mindset and how it's changed when it comes to goals for the remainder of his career?
Yeah, there was a point where Kevin Durant kept getting reminded, you haven't won anything. You haven't won anything yet. It was part of the reason he left Oklahoma City, right? He thought that he had a better chance of winning in Golden State, and certainly he did. Won 2 rings there, 2 finals MVPs. But I remember sitting down with him after he won that first ring, and it really has stuck with me. He said, I thought this was going to make me happy. It's not the answer to everything. And he has really gone on a bit of an emotional journey over the past few years, learning and growing about what's really important to him. And he said, don't get me wrong, I want to win. So don't get that mixed up. He said, but it's really more about developing as a basketball player. How good can I really be? And look, we are already talking about him being possibly a top 10 all-time player. His goal is to go even higher than that, right up in that top echelon, and he thinks maybe he can.
And he came back like gangbusters, 5 of 5 for shooting, as you mentioned in the piece, coming off the bench in that game, but he'll be starting in this game, as we saw you tweet out earlier today. Now, we were just having the conversation with RJ and Jacoby about the chemistry concerns, if you will, around the Nets, not only with their big three, but all their new additions and names. What impression did KD give you about the comfort level he has with this group and the chemistry as they eye the playoffs here?
Yeah, I think these guys have a comfort level with each other. I know they've only played 7 games so far as a trio, and that's really remarkable when you think about the fact that it's April, and of course, James Harden came over in January. That being said, Harden and KD, remember, they played with each other for a long time with the Thunder, so they know each other on the basketball court. They've all been friends. They played for Team USA together. And Kevin told me he really thinks it's more mental. Sure, getting out on the court, if you play enough reps together, you can do things like cut down on turnovers, but the real thing is having the same goal in the mind, the same strategy in mind, agreeing about who's going to do what. He said all of that happens off the court anyway, and he feels like they're in good shape there.
I mean, we've seen a lot of talent come together. Obviously, what it comes down to, it's a good problem to have. For the Lakers, we also discussed LeBron's Instagram post earlier in the show. Yep. I'm no meteorologist, Rachel, but it seems that he's saying that they're nearing a return. But when it comes to Anthony Davis specifically, what's been the holdup? This wasn't really predicted as a 2-month-long absence when he first went out.
I mean, honestly, when they brought him back and then sat him back down again, that really rang a bell for me that they were going to take this super slowly. You have an injury anywhere near or around the Achilles, we have learned in this league in recent years, the only thing that heals that is rest. And if you come back too soon, well, there's a guy playing in this game tonight, Kevin Durant. We'll never know if him coming back too early from a calf strain is what caused his Achilles to snap. But boy, it wasn't good when it happened in the NBA Finals, and I know that Anthony Davis and the Lakers want to make sure he is healthy and ready for the playoffs. So that has been the only goal. He's been ramping up his work. He's not quite at 5-on-5 yet. When he gets to that, you will see him in a game not long after. Maybe a week, maybe more, we'll see.
Well, he's missing his 30th game of the season tonight, the most he has missed in a season in his career. Thank you, Rachel. Again, she'll be on the sidelines for Lakers Nets, 8:30 Eastern on ABC, and of course, daily at 3 Eastern on The Jump.
Thank you, Kaz.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.